don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Okay, look what happens. Look what happens here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday, a very special Friday night show. We are just a touch discombobulated here. It's just me for the moment. I think that you guys can hear me. If my mouth is moving and you can't hear me, please let me know. Producer Kate is not here at the moment. She had texted me and said that she was going to be running just a little bit late. So hopefully we will see her. I don't know. I have not been able to get back in touch with her since she told me that. So we'll see what goes on there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here at the Bilbrey compound, and we're away from the studio, obviously, so you're going to have to bear with us no matter what goes on with that. So we got a lot to talk about. We were not on last night. I apologize for that, and I'll be really honest. I was waiting on information last night. We could have went live last night, and we could have talked basically about what we're going to talk about tonight. But I needed to do one more push for verification, and I did it. We've done it. We now have total verification on some information to bring to you. So we made the right decision. Now, in the description of tonight's episode is 536. This is, I'm coming to you live. If you're watching this live on Friday, October 3rd, 2025, it is 9:12 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're watching this live, I've got some good information for you. If you're watching this via replay or repeat at some point in the future, welcome. Thank you for being here. And I've got information for you too. But in the description of tonight's episode, I wrote something a little strange, but I want to give clarification. This is the 536th episode of the Political Spotlight. The name of this episode is Will He, Won't He? ? All elected officials suck. And so we'll explain all of that. We'll get into all that. In the description, I wrote that this is the final update before the Muncie City Council meeting on Monday, October 6th. Okay. I'm not letting you guys know anything that's not special. Okay. I'm not telling you that we're going to be off Sunday. We will be here Sunday, God willing, for episode 537. We will be here. However, we'll be talking about something a little bit different on Sunday. We'll probably be talking about what we're talking about tonight a little bit. But the thing is, there won't be any more information about the topics we're going to talk about as it pertains to the city of Muncie and the meeting. Today's Friday. That means everybody in city government either left yesterday, Thursday, or at 2 o'clock today, and they were definitely out of there by 4 or 5 today. So anything that we don't know or didn't know by 4 p.m., 5 p.m. today, this afternoon, we'll know the same amount on Sunday. So although we will be here Sunday and we'll produce a great show for you Sunday, there just won't be really much more Muncie stuff until the Monday meeting. And so we do have information that you'll need to know, and we will go over it a little bit Sunday as well, but tonight's going to be the big drop. And so we're going to get into all of that. I do have something right up front, kind of funny to show you guys, and it just so happens that it like worked out in my favor. God heard me talking about it and was like, I'm going to help him out. Something happened. It was amazing. So we're going to get to that here in a second. We are going to quickly welcome producer Kate. Kate came into the duck, so she is here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. I didn't see your second message after I text oh shit to your first one. I just said that you had a long day, so I appreciate you stopping in, but I was okay with whatever you had to do. But are you feeling better? I don't know if she can hear me. Are you feeling better? A little bit, somewhat. She's shaking her head. Yes. Okay. Well, that's good. So if you can, go ahead and hit that like button for us. Smash that like button if you can. That would be fantastic. I also do want to get out of the way. Tomorrow is Saturday. We will not be here on Saturday. So there's no show here Saturday. That being said, episode 2 of the Bilbrey and Clark show drops tomorrow. And so we're looking forward to that. And I also wanted to let a couple people know, there's a couple people that have reached out to me and ask about merchandise for the political spotlight. We have merchandise for the Bilbrey and Clark show, and some people have reached out to me and asked about merchandise for the for this show. And before we get heavy into our content tonight, I do want to let everyone know that we do have some merchandise. And I didn't actually know that this was going to happen. I was shocked that it did. So I'm going to put this up on the screen. I'm going to take away my face. You won't be able to see me for a moment. But if you're on your computer or you're on your cell phone and you are at our home channel, the Political Spotlight, and you're seeing like what we have to offer, or you're in the videos and you're looking at a video here we are, here's the videos thing, okay, yada yada. Like, let's say you're back here and you're watching, okay, like this is what's here, episode 536, will he, won't he, blah blah blah. If you go along here at the top, home, videos, shorts, live, podcast, playlist, post, membership, and you can click on store here. It's crazy. It takes you right there to the Political Spotlight store. And as you can see here, we've got some great content here, and great merchandise. We've got Political Spotlight hoodie, We've got some t-shirts. We've got a Sproul shirt. We've got the little bastard guy on there. We have a Bilbrey shirt. We have a mug that's a Sproul's watch, a hoodie that's a Sproul's. I am going to let you know that there are a couple wonky things like these white. It says the political and L, but there's nothing else. And this white shirt is completely blank. I don't know how those snuck into the things, and we're going to, when I get off the show tonight, I'm going to fix this up, and we're going to, like this cup, and this here is kind of screwy. It's because that thing is in white, and I need to fix this. I didn't actually know this was going to go live. I didn't know that it was going to be on the thing. So I will fix these. If you're interested in any of this merch, I didn't know that this stuff was going to pop up. This is stuff that Kate and I were working on originally way back when we first started, but then we never did anything with it, and I just killed the merch shop out. But now that people are asking about it, we will do this, and I'm going to get some better things on here. It is, I want to let you guys know, it is through Shopify, so it's great material. The shirts are good. The material of the shirts are good. The cups and material is good. It's through Shopify, is who YouTube uses. So I hate the self-promotion. I don't want you guys to think I want to hear it's the Home Shopping Network and whatever. I also am going to look at these prices because I'll be honest, as I scroll down through here and look, some of these prices seem a little bit high to me. Like, no way in the world would I pay $40, $42 for a hoodie. Obviously, we pay for the material, and like we might make $1 or $2 off of it, but I'm not looking to make like $10 off of you guys on a shirt. So it's live, it's there. I'm just telling everyone, I told you guys I would have it up by the weekend. I was, and it's actually up earlier than I thought it would be. I will fix some of this, so just give me a little bit of time, and we will get it. We'll get it taken care of. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So sorry about wasting your time with that, but I needed to talk about that. Okay, so I know that there are people out there that are probably like, God, City of Muncie, budget crap. No way. Like, I can't do it anymore, but we have to do it. We have to do it. Wait a minute. Are you saying, is that something from ours? Politicians do it in the dark? Or is that something that's our merch? That's genius. We have merch that says that. Holy crap.
Yeah. The
Who
fuck shirt.
had an idea?
The fuck shirt. It says fuck, and then it's got our logo, and it says underneath, politicians prefer to do it in the dark.
GW, do you have one of those shirts? I thought you did. Who got paid off of that shirt that GW bought? Somebody got paid out there. I don't know who it was. What?
That's been a long time.
Yeah. I remember them having that. That's
right
great.
At the beginning.
Yeah. Right. Because I remember going to one of the barn meetings and they had it. I've gotten compliments for it. That's hilarious. Oh God, it's been a time. Okay, so I know people are probably getting tired of the. Well, I'm gonna make that a big deal. I'm gonna put that on a bunch of different stuff. Maybe I could find someone that would sponsor us on a flashlight, like maybe Maglite would sponsor us, and the commercial would be like, "Don't get caught in the dark like a politician. Have your Streamlight on that go on guns. Streamlight could do it, and we could be like, don't get caught like the politicians in the dark. Have your Streamlight on your gun." Oh God. So Streamlight, if you're out there. No, all right. So moving on. I know that people are tired of the Muncie stuff, but it's a big deal. Every year we have this big time right before the vote, the budget, that we have to do a big thing on. This is probably one of the craziest budget processes that I've been through with Dan Ridenour. And I want everybody to know that I am working on an amazing... So I have in my mind, I'm watching in my mind how the council meeting is going to go Monday. And so everyone is aware. I don't know if they're going, I don't think they're going to have I know that they're going to have a public hearing before the meeting, but I don't think that they're actually going to have a public meeting about the budget. I think they talked something about that like at the end of the finance committee meeting last time. So I don't know. So if they have something about the budget, I have something planned to talk about during the public meeting. If they do not have something where we can talk before the meeting, then I have a section that I'm going to talk about when they get to Ordinance 3025, which is the, I believe is the, it's the ordinance for the budget. I'm going to bring up a series of comments that normally I would be telling you guys ahead of time, but I'm keeping them to myself because I want them to be heard and I want them to have the impact that I believe that they're going to have. So I'm going to speak about that. Then I have another section before I sit down during the 3025 when they let people get up to talk about that I'm going to cover that's about the budget, specifically the budget process, and then I'll sit down. Then we're going to have some other topics come up, and I have some comments about resolution. I'm calling it resolution 16/17-25 because it was resolution 1625 last month, but they didn't table it. The author pulled it, so it was like it didn't exist. So it should have just been back on the agenda this month as 1625 because they didn't talk about it, vote on it, nothing. But instead, they changed the name, and it was on there as 1725. So that's the finance crap, the thing on the fire department. And I'm going to have some conversation about that. And then I'm going to have some public comments at the end. Now, I have some comments directly for the council and Mayor Ridenour and Controller Craig Wright and Deputy Controller Matt Wagley. And it depends because I don't want to wait until the end and mention that if they leave after all of the votes. So I might bring that up during the first part. We'll see what goes on. But I'm telling you, if never before you've ever watched a council meeting or whatever, if you can be there in person, you should be there in person. And if you can't, you need to watch on live when we stream it. And then you need to watch Monday night's live episode. It'll be episode 538. So definitely watch that. Yeah. I think Brando said his name was Craig wrong. That's hilarious. So that'll be a big thing. When I came over here today, when I actually came to my grandparents, okay, I have been inundated by people that have been messaging me saying, what is going on with the situation with Ridenour and the council? Like, are they really, is Ridenour really not providing the council with what they need? And I'm saying, yeah, like, I'm not making that up. That's not a lie. This is not like a maybe it's can be seen this way, maybe it can be seen that way. It's not a political, like, you could ask 10 different people and get 10 different answers. This is just strictly a binary issue. It is 0 or a 1. It is a heads or a tails. It is an up or a down. It's dark or a light. It is right or wrong. Yeah, you're forgiven, Alva. Amazingly, I think the only person further away than you will be Brandon Garrett. But we'll get to that in a moment too. So, I've been talking to a lot of people, and I'm telling you, I don't think Dan understands how much people are questioning what the heck it is that he is doing. Because there are some serious Dan fans, Dan fanatics, Dan addicts, some very serious Dan addicts who have been popping up and coming to me and saying, what gives? What's the deal? And I have to say, I don't know. But I can tell you, if there's not a problem, that's probably more accurate, GW. If there's not a problem, Dan should just give the paper over. The paperwork, the documentation. Now, completely unrelated to anything going on in the city of Muncie. I had no idea that this was going to happen. There was nothing in my mind that made me think like, hey, something like this could happen. It just so happened to happen. And I want to show you something. I want you to see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. I want to show you guys something. Thank you, Karen, for becoming a member. Now, I'm not going to show this up close and on screen because I'm not going to give away anything and I didn't cover anything up. But here's documentation. This is documentation, is my grandparents' documentation for an insurance. It came in this envelope. It came in 2 envelopes. They got this in the mail today. Now, this is all I'm showing you. You're just going to have to take my word, I swear to you, because I'm not going to show you any of their private information, and you can't see anything off this. But I have 44 pieces of documentation in my hand, and to prove to you, I will just show you this. Let's show you right here. This says United Healthcare. That's all you can see. So it is a health insurance. Okay. We're getting ready to shred all that and tear it all up because it's just talking about crap. Just to send them, which is their insurance, it's their client, just touching base and saying hi, they sent them 44 pieces of paper. And this is what has been my entire thing about this. Okay? All right? I have insurance. It's not the best insurance. It's just some piddly nonsense, and I get it. It's like, whatever. I don't do anything. If it wouldn't have been for me helping my grandparents, I probably wouldn't have really thought about it. Listen, I would have been intelligent enough to know that if the city of Muncie is going through insurance paperwork, I've been a car salesman. I've been a police officer and filled out DUI forms. A DUI arrest form has more pieces of paper than what Ridenour is trying to convince the city council that they've been getting from their insurance company. Okay? Listen to this. This is exactly what I was talking about. I've mentioned this like a couple days ago. I was like, yeah, my grandparents get this stuff. Then I come over today and they've got stacks of documents from insurance. And it's just nonsense. But the bottom line is, dude, these people, that's what they do. They swim in paperwork and documents. And so the whole idea, and look, I've beat this horse to death, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I just thought it was funny as I came over here today and I knew I was doing the show that that they got this. And I wanted to say it. And I know that you guys deal with that. There are people out there that, have good insurance, don't have insurance, but you are all aware, like everyone that has been a Ridenour fan, a Dan addict that's come to me, I've said, let me ask you a question. You're asking me like what the deal is. Let me put it back on you. Is it possible? Do you believe in your mind that Anthem sent the city of Muncie one piece of paper with a graph, a chart on it with partial information? Is that something that you believe could happen? And nobody has told me, yeah, that's plausible. Everyone has said, no, I don't believe that. Something else is going on here. So I think that's interesting. Now, I do have an update also from Nora, okay? And I want to get this information out. I know that she shared this, and this is on her wall. Okay? But I know not everybody sees it. Not everybody sees everything on my wall. And it's my opinion that everybody should get as much information here as possible. So on one of her postings the other day, I left a comment to her that said, help me understand. To me, it seems as if the administration did not meet the council's request demand for actual hard copy insurance information by Friday, 9/26/25. The council had requested that information, that thing, that long thing. I've already read this to you guys. You can go back and watch another episode. So I asked that question. I then also said, question number 2, as a duly elected city councilor and as chair of the FinCom during the budget process, can you not contact Anthem and ask for the information yourself? This is turning into a Dan said, Nora said, and people need to be paying attention, blah, 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 blah. Nora responded back to me, telling me, and again, I've read this all to you, but I'm going to say it again, and she's saying, like, look, I don't know what more needs clarified here. Nearly every, and this is these are her words, nearly every member of the finance committee joined in requesting the documentation from our insurance agent at Anthem to verify the $1 million savings that Mr. Wagley reported at our meeting on 9/23. A deadline was set for 9/26. The committee was specific in what was requested. The administration still has not provided the information requested at the meeting. These are the facts. They don't become fictitious simply because someone doesn't like their non-compliance, like that their non-compliance has been exposed. To which I wrote back, I fully understand that. It just needs to be continuously told to the public. Also, you did not answer question 2. As a duly elected city councilor and chair of the finance committee during this budget process, could you not contact Anthem and request all the necessary information for yourself? And then I put in parentheses, just to be sure. I'm not saying that this should be your job. I don't think that they have been asleep at the wheel. However, at this point, if the administration will not provide it, would that be an option for you? And Nora, Councilor Powell, wrote back, and Councilor said this. Councilor Powell said this. That is an option, but without even so much as a contact name of our agent, there might not be enough time to complete all of the footwork required by the adoption meeting, which is Monday. And I agree with that. It's unfortunate that the requested documents couldn't be freely shared between the administration and the council. However, through first calculating the total 2025 general fund health insurance cost and then comparing that to the 2026 proposed health insurance cost, I determined the city has budgeted less money for insurance premiums in 2026, which indicates savings. I would like to verify that if actual money savings, which can be used for other expenses, or if it's revenue we do not have to generate to pay our current higher premiums, as in my example above with the cable bill. You know, it's a shame that the city administration cannot or will not do what's being requested of them. I guess they can't pass the budget then. Listen, that's what a lot of other people are saying. Without actual verification, it would be irresponsible for the council to approve the budget without further without making cuts. So yeah, and it's my opinion that I don't think it can be passed. Now, maybe they can say, hey, and maybe they will. Maybe they will say, look, everything's still up in the air. We have until the 1st. Let's table this and try to work together and call a special meeting. They could always do that. And I would implore the council to do just that. And I'm going to address this at the meeting. I'm also going to address this in an email that I'm going to send them all on Sunday. Who knows if they will get it or not. I'm trying to figure out ways to find out if they're actually getting the emails or not. One thing I can tell you is, and this is just, and I'm going to say this is one of the things I'm going to say. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys now. You know, there is nobody, even Ridenauer and I, do not have as a contentious relationship as Nora and I have. There's no one in Muncie City government that has more of a contentious relationship than Kristopher Bilbrey and Nora Powell. I don't have that contentious of a relationship with Ridenauer. I don't have it with Dale Basham. I don't have it with Belinda Munson. There's nobody. I'll be honest. Thinking James King and Nora Powell might be on the same level. Might be in there by the same level. Although I'll tell you, no, I can't say that. Nora might be a smidge ahead. I don't know. With that being said, with the weirdness that we have between us and the dislike, anger, the hatred, whatever you want to call it, I don't know if she hates me. I don't hate her. I just dislike her, and I don't want her to be an elected official, blah, 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 blah. Now, she's been right a lot of the ways here, but it is what it is. Just there's a past that I am not fond of, and her in power to me is scary. That being said, anytime I speak to her at a meeting, she speaks back. Anytime I send her an email, she replies. Anytime I ask a question, she gives an answer. So if Kristopher Bilbrey and Nora Powell, with all of the past that is there, can communicate, there is absolutely zero reason why it's so difficult for Dale Basham. It's so difficult for Ridenhour. That's right. GW, I mean, that's right. Listen, we've definitely battled it out, and I've taken cuts and bruises. It's like we are like, yeah, she actually responds back, and I'm going to say this at Monday's meeting. I'm going to say what I just said. I'm going to say, look, there's nobody in here that has a more contentious relationship than Nora and I. And I thank Councilor Powell for responding the way that she does. And it's embarrassing the fact that there are some of you in here that we don't have a contentious relationship, and you still can't seem to do it. Everybody is getting some smoke come Monday. Everybody. Well, maybe not Nora, actually. But everybody else is. No one's safe. From the verbally, that's what I mean. Okay. Well, thank you, GW. That brings us on to the next big update. Okay. Give me 1 second. So, when we last left off Wednesday evening, Brandon, what's his name? Brandon Garrett and I were having kind of a Mexican standoff, shall I say. We were speaking, but it wasn't, nothing was happening. Like, it was like a, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth type of movement. Okay. And so the last thing that you, Ole, the last thing that you guys are aware of was I had said, wait a minute. Yeah, you guys were aware that he was going to call me yesterday. He was going to call me. Okay, that's what you guys were aware of. Okay, well, yesterday morning came, And I woke up just in time. I think I was up like a little before 9. And I was sitting around waiting, patiently. I was like, I know he's going to call, so I'm going to hold my breath. Okay. And the clock struck 9 and he didn't call. And then we got to 9:01 and he didn't call. And at 9:02, I texted him and said, "Are you on break?" First I called him. I called him at 9:02 and he didn't answer. It went to voicemail. It's not set up, so you can't leave he's the king of no communication. So I called him, no answer. I texted him, "You on break?" ? To which he texted me, "I am in a meeting. Give me 10 minutes. Sorry." Okay, maybe he didn't know last night that he was going to have some kind of special pop-up meeting at 9 a.m. So I gave him 10 minutes from 9:03. At 9:13, when it clicked over to 9:14, I tried to call him, and he didn't answer. And I said, "Again, I get that you're busy. It could be just a simple text of, shoot me a Y for yes, I'll be there on Monday, or an N for no, I won't be there on Monday." He didn't say anything. So about 5 minutes later, I texted him and said, "So am I just to take a non-answer as an answer?" He didn't say anything. So then yesterday at 2:25, I thought, you know what? I'm going to be a little bit of a smartass. I knew that he meant 9 a.m. when he originally sent me the text about, can I call you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.? I knew he meant 9 a.m. But I sent a text message that said, "Oh, were you talking about calling me at 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.?" Thinking that he wouldn't respond. I'll give you an answer to why I think that didn't happen, Stumblefoot. I'll tell you why I think that didn't happen in a minute. It's all part of this. So I said, "Were you talking about calling me at 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.?" Knowing good and well he meant 9 a.m. He literally texted me back and said, "Get ready to be, are you sitting down? Sit down and put your head in your hand, because you're going to need, assume the position." He said, "Sorry, 9 p.m. Yeah, that's what I meant. I work in a plant. Kind of hard to get away and text. I do apologize. I should have specified that. I'm sorry." Those were two different texts that he sent. First of all, he just straight up lied to me because he didn't mean 9 p.m. And I have a couple of reasons that I know that. Number one, because he doesn't work at 9 p.m., so he wouldn't be on a break at 9 p.m. Okay? Second issue is, bro, you've literally sent me 2 texts containing a bunch of words. Just send me the next message with a Y or an N for yes or no. Simple. I have an answer, Brandon Rudd, for why. I have an answer for why he didn't. Sorry. Yeah, 9 p.m. I work in a plant. Kind of hard to get away and text. I do apologize. Next text. I should have specified that. I'm sorry. GW. So he says, I should have specified that. I'm sorry. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh God, this guy just literally bounced it a whole nother 12 hours. He got confused, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. You know, I said, right. So let's make this easy. Now understand, when he texts me, we're texting in text message, and I can see the bubbles. You know, like when you can see the bubbles when somebody's texting, like he literally was bubble, 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 bubble. I say, I said, right, so let's make it easy. Just say yes or no. Will you be at Monday's meeting? And then I send another thing, Y or N works. And he's still texting, and then the bubbles end. And now, I know he didn't because of other context, but just to play devil's advocate to what Megan said, because I don't want him to be able to say this. He didn't mean that because he specifically, first of all, he doesn't work second or third shift. So he never works at 9 p.m. Now he might work overtime at some point, but he's not. So he's not going to be on break at 9 p.m. He would be home. Okay. But he didn't mean 9 a.m. He didn't mean 9 p.m. He meant 9 a.m. So when I text back and said, just let me know, he went away. Okay. Now I'm going to pause there. No, I don't think it's doxing to say where he works. I don't know where he works. He works at like Magna or Power, or like he works at one of those factories over there. I don't know exactly where he works. It's information that he has to put on his election material. That's not doxing. It's public record. I don't specifically know where he works. If I knew it, I would say it. I don't care about that. That's not a big deal. That's not doxing. Like giving his home address. I don't give home addresses and things like that, but that's public information. All of that is on their election campaign material, or not campaign material, but all of their filing paperwork. Anybody can go get it. I don't give that stuff out, but if I don't care where he works, that's not a thing. If I knew where he worked, I would say it. But I mean, it doesn't do anything to know it, but it is. Yeah, I think you are wrong. I think you're missing a lot of other text message there. There's a whole thing there. There's a whole, if you go back to social media yesterday, you can see the whole thing. Thad Kissick seems like he would only be evasive if he planned on not being there. Yeah, that's true. So moving on, then after he tells me all this nonsense and he's like trying to kick the can down the road, yesterday at 6:26, I said, "So you're off now?" ? No response. So for those of you that say, well, maybe he meant 9 p.m., I will let you know at 9 p.m. last night, he did not call. He was not call. He did not call. There was no text message, just nothing. So at 8:41 this morning, I text him the following. Well, Brandon, we've made it through 2 different sets of 9 o'clock, coming up on our 3rd. And yet no call or text from you. Some would say I should just give up, but I've wanted to give you every possible chance to do the right thing. The issue for me, honestly, at this point, isn't whether you'll be at the meeting or not. The bigger issue is that you refuse to be responsive to questions almost always. So again, will you be at Monday's meeting? Yes or no? If not, have you informed any of your fellow counselors? ? when I sent that and I waited for a little bit of time for him to respond, I then typed up the following email to the council members, because I've talked to a couple of them, and a couple that I talked to said they had heard nothing about this. Said they didn't know anything about him being there, not being there. They hadn't heard about the rumors or nothing. And they were actually kind of put off by the fact that he could possibly not be there. Let's see here. What the heck is going on? Okay, so sorry, I've ordered something offline for the studio, and I'm dealing with somebody that's sending it, and that's all a big deal. So I text this then at 9:04 this morning. Counselors, a rumor is circulating about the upcoming city council meeting scheduled for Monday, October 6th, 2025. The rumor is that Councilor Brandon Garrett will not be in attendance at Monday's meeting due to a vacation that he has scheduled. If true, that seems to be problematic because of the budget vote and several other issues on the agenda. Many attempts have been made to ask Councilor Garrett if he will or will not be attending the meeting. While he has been communicating with me, ridiculously, he has communicated but refused to simply reply with a yes or a no to the question, which, let's face it, his non-answer seems to be an answer. The reason I am writing all of you about this nonsense is, if it's the case that, i.e., he will not be present at the council meeting on 10/6/25, are steps being taken to ensure the budget vote will be held off until all 9 councilors can participate, perhaps in a special meeting? Or will steps be taken to make sure that he can join the meeting via Zoom, at least for the budget vote? While I am here, Brandon, we've been communicating by phone and text the last couple of days, but you've refused to answer this specific question. I wanted to offer you one more way for you to possibly do the right thing and respond. While I have you in text, will you be at Monday's meeting? A simple yes or no or a wire in would work for an answer. Your fellow counselors and the citizens of Muncie deserve to know. So I sent that. So at least all of the counselors, the council president, the council attorney, and everybody would be aware. Because I can't determine if he's told them, if they know, or if anything's going on. So after I text him the message and sent that, I said, if not, have you informed all of your fellow counselors? Finally, at 11 o'clock today, he sent the following garbled message. I will be fulfilling my duties as city council person from city council, city of Muncie, from city of Muncie, Monday, Muncie meeting. A bunch of duplicate words and stuff. I said, in person or via Zoom? He didn't respond. I then said, it should not be this hard to get answers, bro. You really need to reconsider if this is for you or not. At 12:48, Brandon texts the following message. Not trying to avoid you. Got a lot going on. I will be there via Zoom. So, questions answered. He will be gone. He will be gone Monday. He will not be there. At 4:38, I sent him the last message that I plan to send over this situation to him. I sent, I don't think you're a bad guy. I don't think you're trying to avoid me. I just feel like you're terrible at communicating, which it's been this way since you've been on the council. And if the truth be told, and ladies and gentlemen, this is why his wife hasn't been blasting me on my social media. And this is why his wife hasn't messaged me. And this is why it's been so hard. And I'm going to tell you why right now. I said, if the truth be told, I think you're already wherever you are, like Mexico or wherever you're supposed to be on vacation Monday. I believe he's already there. That's the reason he didn't answer no phone call, couldn't answer no phone call. And the text, I believe there's a time delay. I don't know what the time delay is between us and Mexico. I don't know if they're on the same time, not on the same time. I don't know if they're where they are. I don't know what the deal is. 3 hours ahead of us, behind us. Whatever the deal is. Okay, so there is a time delay. I think that's what the issue is. If we were very serious with each other, I fully believe that he's already in Mexico. So I say to him, it's been this way since you've been on the council, and if the truth would be told, I think you're already probably wherever you're supposed to be at, like Mexico or wherever you're supposed to be on vacation. I believe you're already there. I just hope there isn't problems with the Zoom capabilities, seeing how Mark Slusher isn't doing it anymore. And there have literally been issues with everything that's happened since Mark's been gone. Ding, 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 ding. Here's the thing. There have been issues when Nora has had to appear by Zoom before, while her butt has been in the city of Muncie. She's been in Muncie and sick, so she didn't come to the meeting. So she stayed at home to Zoom, and it kept hanging up. It kept disconnecting. She couldn't hear. She didn't vote, and it was a complete cluster. Now, add to that the fact that this man is allegedly going to be in Mexico and that Mark Slusher's not going to be there. But let's say it's a simple thing of him just being in Muncie and Mark was going to be there. I don't necessarily just buy the fact that he's going to be there by Zoom because of the simple fact that Brandon Garrett is a flake. And he does things and says things all the time and does not follow through. Brandon has zero follow through. He has zero follow through. So the fact that he's like, yeah, I'll be there via Zoom, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not sure. That this isn't going to turn into a cluster. He did say that. He did say, Kate, didn't he say last year he would be at all the budget meetings and showed like to one? I think he might have been at 2, but or maybe even 3, but he's missed a bunch of meetings. He missed a bunch of meetings last year. He is not living up to his promises. Yeah, absolutely. Brandon is right on. He probably is counting on it not working and blaming technical issues. Absolutely. Absolutely. Karen, that's hilarious. Somebody needs to catch him out and interview him. Well, so I'm going to tell you this. And this is another thing I'm going to say, if he is there by Zoom on Monday, when I get up to talk, I am going to ask him how long he's been in Mexico. I want to know on the record how long he's been in Mexico. They're just leaving tomorrow? Are they just leaving tomorrow? Are there inner factories in Muncie that's been off on some kind of break? Anybody know? he should just stay there. So we got some kind of temporary answer on Brandon. We don't know. It'll be a shit show. We'll find out more on Monday what he's going to do, not do, whatever. We have so many beautiful, wonderful questions. All right. Alva says, no, he made one meeting. So, fall break for kids, when? This week or last week? Next week? This week or next week? Must have had travel points that he needed used up. Well, yeah, he's on vacation all the time. I'll tell you what, he takes about as many vacations as Rachel Clark does. Fall break, usually 2 weeks. What the hell? Fall break was 2 days when I was in school. So that's that. The other thing that is definitely true. The other thing that I have to say is, man, dude, what? So he was at a meeting yesterday in Mexico. No, Alva, see, that's no. See, I think that's it. That's part of the lie. No, I think the thing is he's not been in a meeting. He's not been at work. He's been in Mexico, hoping I would just shut up and leave this alone or forget. See, let me tell you, Brandon's one of those guys that say, I can go back and point to so many times I've stood before the council and grilled them on something, and my time's been up and I've been walking away, and for no reason, out of just the blue, while I'm walking back to my seat, Brandon gets a wild hair up his ass and he says, "No, Bilbrey, I will contact you. You don't have to wait till next meeting. I will contact you by next week and let you know the answer to that." And I turn and look at him and go, okay, and sit down knowing, well, I won't talk to him until the next meeting. You know, he does that. And it's not just to me. I can't tell you how many people he's done that to. He's told so many people, I will call you tomorrow. He don't do that. He does not do that. It's maddening. I don't understand why people do that. Like, listen, I have a bad habit of getting overbooked and booking like several things. I have a really bad habit of that. I try my very level best to not do that. But at least like when I book things, and I like when someone's like, "Hey, can you go do something?" I'm like, "I'm gonna try." Like I can't tell you. Like, yeah, whatever. Catherine's the only person I'm like, "Yep, I'll do it. I'll be there," knowing full well I won't be there because I hate driving to Madison County. I hate Madison County. Madison County is horrible. I am planning on going to the next Madison County meeting in my best Brandon voice. No, seriously, I am. In the part that really shocks me in all of this is the council didn't even know he was going to be gone. So how the hell is he supposed to attend via Zoom when no one isn't going? Yeah. Well, that was weird. As soon as she typed that, she cut out. So I don't know what happened to her. I don't know. She sent me. Let me see if she sent me a message in Messenger. Maybe she did. But my whole theory about this is the reason I believe, and the proof that in my mind, the proof that I have that makes me think that like they're already gone. What makes me think that is that if they were here, his wife would have already been on my Facebook feed and blowing me up and telling me what a bad person I am. Brandon is the best person in the world. He answers all questions, and how dare I have a sad, pathetic little life because I question him. Who do I think I am? And all of that stuff, things like that. That's what his wife would be doing if they were here. And the fact that she's not doing it tells me she must be preoccupied with Mexico. Alva said, I said before the last election, he was a freaking joke. His constituents elected him anyway, then became turncoat on them and his party. He would not participate in last year's budget process, and I would be surprised if he participates in this year's critical vote. As far as returning messages, I would like to know if anyone has ever received an answer from him as promised. Not his wife, not his sister, not his dog, but the Brandon Garrett himself. Damn shame. I'm 950 miles away, and I can see a obligation-dodging wannabe politician from here. Good luck, citizens of Muncie. Yeah, that is fantastic. That's spot on, Alva. I knew that you had responded to that, but I didn't see it. So yeah, that is I love it. That's perfect. And that's the thing. Well, and so that's the other thing that I know that his wife doesn't like that I do. Anytime I type their names, anytime I type like if I type Muncie Mayor Dan Ridenhour, I always type the R, like parentheses R, or Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett, parentheses D, State Representative Corey Criswell, and I write their district 54, and then I put an R next to it. So I always put that. Well, anytime somebody does this, like with James King, I always put Commissioner, Cowboy Kid Commissioner James King, D/R. And so with Brandon and Jerry, they've made it into the categories of D/R. That's what I posted in my thing. And I knew I did that purposely because I thought that it would get his wife, it would get her blood pumping, and she would respond. Let me see what I actually had here. And after I'm off screen real quick because I'm looking. Once I get this, I've got something to say about Mark Slusher. Let's see, where is that at? Let's see. Where's this at? Well, anyways, I can't see it exactly, but I said something that, we could get this Democrat turned rhino instead of Democrat turned Republican. That's what I call him now. And I knew that would get his wife going. But no response. So I believe that they are in Mexico. So that's that. To answer my mother's question, so Mark Slusher isn't the Zoom guy. Mark Slusher is the stream guy. The council doesn't Zoom all the time. Zoom is every brief once in a while when someone's out. So the position is called the Channel 60 Director, because public access used to be called Channel 60 because it was on Channel 60 on TV. You could turn to Channel 60 in Muncie and watch the Muncie City Council meeting, or watch the Muncie Redevelopment Commission meeting, or see community events. Well, because we no longer have Channel 60, it's still called Channel 60, but they now refer to it as the Communications Director. Amber Green is the Communications Director. They pay her a fairly nice little salary out of, well, edit currently. They're trying to get her in the general fund, and probably will unless something crazy happens. But then on top of that, they also pay Mark Slusher $25,000 a year or more to live stream meetings. Mark has had some serious health issues, and I believe that his service to the city of Muncie is over. He's still technically under contract, but health-wise, he can't do it. So someone else is doing it. They're trying to get Amber's doing it sometimes. Other people are doing it other times. But it needs to be done. Like, for example, let me show you. I'll just show you. This is probably the best way. This is probably the best way to show you the ignorance that we're having. And this is why I'm saying, dude, you cannot just be counting. You cannot be counting on the fact that you're going to pop on and do Zoom and be there and be a part of what's going on and get this stuff going. That's just not going to happen. And let me give you some examples. So first of all, a week ago Wednesday, Mark just wasn't there because, well, he just wasn't there. He had something. I think he was sick. So then, okay, yeah, this is a perfect example of the issue. Amber runs the City of Muncie's Facebook page. She does all of that. And then sometimes there's a little help from Shireen, but it's mostly all Amber. Mark would have been paid in the last Board of Works meeting because his contract is paid like twice a month. So he probably might even receive a check in the next thing, but then I would say he will be done after that. Just because of being out. So I know it might be hard for you guys to see it, but like this is the kind of nonsense that's happening. So for example, 2 weeks ago, we've got 2 redevelopment commission meetings side by side. One of them is a redevelopment commission meeting. The other one is not, but hey, it's still called that. What does it matter if it is or not? Okay. We've then got the police merit commission meeting. And then we've got the finance committee meeting. A couple weeks ago, they had 2 meetings called the finance committee meeting, and they put them up, and one of them wasn't. So that's that. Let me show you what goes on here. Okay, this is a great example. Here is look at this. This is the whoops. So when you're down here, I don't know if you can see this. If I'm looking for the Board of Works meeting, I'm looking for the Board of Works, and I come here and it says Board of Sanitary Commissioners, October 1st. But you click on it and it's not the sanitary board. It's not the sanitary board. It's the Board of Works. So it's like, man, if somebody was wanting to watch this from out of the city, we look so unprofessional. How hard is it to title these things the right way. I now have 2 podcasts. I'm live streaming every night. I live stream. YouTube just sent me a thing that said that our channel is like among some of the most active. Like, I'll have to get it out and read it to you guys. It's like a big thing. I don't know. Like, maybe we get something cool, but because of how active we are. But it's like, it's not that hard. It just do it right. So let me show you this. We're going to watch a little bit of this meeting together. Okay. Here's the meeting. It starts at 6 minutes long. Let's listen to it. Okay. I'm going to turn it all the way up. Turning it all the way up. I'm going to talk here in a minute. We will, now they put in Board of Works. So they had Board of Commissioners, then they put a Board of Works. And now it's going to come back up and it'll be them. So they did that. Now they've done that 35 seconds into it. Now we're 39 seconds, 40 seconds, 42 seconds. It's just black. Now here we are, Board of Works. Now here they are back up. They're standing up. They're saying the pledge. They're doing that thing, but you can't hear them. All right. Look, we're now a minute into it and the Board of Works thing's back up. Why is that happening? What in the world is happening? Okay, we're now 2 minutes in. They're moving. They're doing things. Ted Baker's talking. You can't hear him. Who knows what they're saying? Who knows what they're doing? Okay. We're 3 minutes in. No audio. Oh, look at this. We're 3 minutes and 27 seconds in. No audio. And this thing is back up. Why is this happening? Oh, cool. Now look. Now what a great picture we've got here. Now that audio is off and they're looking at the podium. Now this is back up. Now that's back up. Now they're waving. They're talking, but there's no audio. We're at 3 minutes. Okay. We're at 4 minutes. No audio. 4 minutes and 36 seconds. No audio.
Theirs was for, we went with
okay, here we go.
1923 South Elm.
4 minutes, 39 seconds. You mean you got to turn the mics on? You mean you got to turn the microphones on? No way.
We went with Regal Roofing, and theirs was for $15,700.
So, out of a 6 minute and 26 second long meeting, we get, roughly 2 minutes of meeting. So, again, if he's counting if he is counting on being able to be in Mexico and Zoom into the meeting, I just want to let him know I think he has another thing coming. My mom's going to go and bitch about this catastrophe. I think you ought to. I'm making you go. Listen, you've said it too many times. There's nothing that you can tell me come Monday that's going to get you out of going to that meeting. I don't care if it's a headache. I don't care if you got to go up north. What you're going to that meeting. Meeting starts at 6:45, and your bud will be there with me, sitting right there next to me. I'll take extra money in case we both go to jail. No problem. But you are going. You are going with me. And I'll have I'll take $500 instead of $250. And then that way we can get bailed out if we need to get bailed out. She said she will go to jail. Well, don't advertise that in up front. It would probably be a good thing. I want to end with saying this before we end here tonight. I just want to say, I don't know what's going to happen. Look at that answer there, Kate. I can't go to jail. I'm pregnant. I want to say this. I don't know what the council's going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. I can remember I want to show you something before we go. I'm going to hold off real quick. I'm going to show you this. This is important. Let me go. Let me dig this out. This was 10/25. No, 10/23/24. This was last year's meeting. Got it right here. Man, how crazy things have changed. How crazy things have changed in just a year. It's truly insane.
Selby?
No.
McIntosh?
Yes.
Gully? Basham?
No.
Dishman?
Yes.
6 yeses, 3 noes.
I'd just like to make this comment and read it into record. The budget is the most important ordinance the council will address the entire year. It pays our employees, it funds the services which the city provides for our residents.
Yeah. 23 days.
I'm going to back up here to where I'm talking.
270. Roll call, please.
And I want you to hear what Nora
Yeah.
says.
What they want. I mean, you guys could send a clear message.
Okay. I want you to listen to what I tell the council.
Keep in mind as you might, Kristopher Bilbrey, keep in mind as you're voting on this.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the budget this year is way more wonky than it was last year. But last year, there were still lots of issues. Okay? So even though it's crazier this year, there were questionable issues last year. Okay? And I want you to listen to this.
And as you're sitting here talking about negotiations, that there's still 1/3 of city government that the negotiations have not been going for, and that they're still being, in my opinion, looked over, screwed over, whichever way you want to look at it. So, act accordingly. I think it's been said here at the podium for the last several meetings by various different people. You guys could send a clear message and vote the budget down and say, this is what we expect you to do. We expect you to go in good faith and negotiate with all three. Negotiate as hard with AFSCME and as in good faith with AFSCME as you would the police and fire, and do what is expected for these employees that are sitting back over here. So checks and balances, folks. You can send a message, when people stand up here at the podium and say, you can vote in a way that doesn't give them what they want. I mean, it's hardball, folks. Politics is not always fun. You could send a message and say, this is what we expect. So, I think that would be hard, and I understand that that's not always fun, but I feel like the citizens of Muncie would stand behind you guys if you were standing behind the employees. Thank you very much.
Mr. Bilbrey,
All right, here we go with Nora's comment.
that would not be fiscally responsible, because if we vote the budget down, then we not only revert back to the 2024 totals, we forfeit any increases in property tax or miscellaneous revenue over the previous year. So that isn't an option.
It's not an option, although I want to remind her. I want to remind her that she did just that. She did just that in 2019 when she was going out, when she knew that she lost and she wasn't coming back in January. And when she knew Ridenhour was taking over as mayor in 2020, she and her minions on the council at that time voted the council down or voted the budget down and did not pass a 2020 budget going into 2020. She did the exact opposite. So it wasn't fiscally irresponsible for her to do it then, but this is the thing. Since they were supposed to yeah, right. Well, there are no property tax increases. You're voted down. That's the thing. Nora should, as the others, look at this. And if it's real simple, at the end of the day, if the administration did not give them the information that they needed to properly vet this and to properly be able to verify if what Ridenhour is saying is truthful, then they should not pass the budget. I don't think they can pass the budget. And I'm not just talking to the 4 Democrats. I'm talking to Jeff Green. I'm talking to Dale Basham. I'm talking to Rose Selvey. I'm talking to Jerry Dishman. And I'm talking to Brandon Gonzalez, or whatever his name is, Brandon Garrett. The council is concerned that coverage is still as good as well, not just cost the crap he sent verifies neither. Yeah. So the thing is, he needs to the council really needs to take a look at this. And my worry is the same Nora who's been sticking it to him all this time is the same Nora that said that last year. And while she'll put on a show, I don't know that she has it in her to pull the trigger, so to speak. I wish our sound effects had that. That would be totally amazing. Let me see if I got it. Let me see if they're here. Let me see more sounds. Let me see. Add sounds. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, like this. Hold on. Oh, I know. Hold on. So that's the thing. I just don't know if they have the right thing in them. I don't know if they do. So let me get rid of this. Oh, let me get rid of this. Oops. I knew that was going to be weird. So that's that. Yeah, I don't know. I just.
Well, this is fun. He dropped out. He's getting back in.
Cut everything. I don't know what happened there. That was wild.
Oh, I don't know. My internet dumped me out twice. So
I just pressed the wrong button. It shouldn't have done that. That was wild. I pressed the space button and it dumped me out. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Everyone. That was wild. Anyways, no. So I just hope that they have the guts to do the right thing, and I mean, Green, Basham, Rowe. If you don't believe that the administration gave you what you need, you've got to vote no. You've got to vote no. And no, I'm good. Thank you. I want right now, before we leave, I want everyone in here that's here, put a 1 in the comments if you think Brandon will be at the meeting via Zoom, or put a 2 if you think 1 if he'll be there, 2 if he won't be. Yeah, some training would be good. Give me an uno and a duo if he won't be. Dose. Oh, sorry, wrong language. A dose. I forget my language. Whatever. Well, there's not enough of you. Right. Yeah, right. Well, and I'm telling you guys, if you want to hear a good speech, I'm working on it. I've been working on it for whatever day Brandon sent something, like 2 weeks ago. Brandon sent something 2 weeks ago. Brandon Rudd, our Brandon, the good Brandon. And it triggered me. And I wrote something. And I've been writing a speech ever since then. I don't understand where he goes everywhere. Where are you going? Oh my God. Every night, go unplug a battery at 10:30 at night. Mom always wants to know. Mom's like, where's he going? Okay, well, that's gonna do it for us. And the good Brandon. Yeah, you're the good Brandon. Or the medium Brandon. I think medium Brandon fits so much more. The medium Brandon. Not too good, not too bad. Just medium. Down by the pole barn for some reason, got some kind of battery plugged in. Doesn't remember it until 10:35 at night. 10:40 at night. Last time, and it was all Rachel's fault. It was Rachel's fault. It was my fault for letting Rachel talk me into it. But because how we did the premiere, I messed up and I took off the premiere off the video. So the episode 2 of the Bilbrey and Clark show tomorrow, when it drops at 3, it's obviously, it's like any other YouTube. It's a static video. You can get on and watch it wherever. However, we have it set up to where people can get on and live chat if you're interested in doing that at 3 o'clock. So there is a premiere to it, and that's how they all will be. But you'll be able to watch it and listen to it across all of our platforms, obviously, like our regular platforms. You'll be able to listen to it on YouTube, which you can find there. It'll also be on the Bilbrey Clark Show.fireside.fm, and there that means it'll also be on iTunes and Amazon Music and Spotify and all that crap. So you can find it all there. You can check us out on Bilbrey.com/Bilbrey Clark Show. You can find us at Twitter. You can email the show if you're so inclined. The store is up there. And that store right now is Bonfire. Bonfire.com/store BC Show merch. But I am going to kick it to Shopify. But I have to wait until we hit so much achievements on YouTube. We're still a baby channel over there, so it's going to take a minute. But we're on the big boy merch store here at the Political Spotlight. So it's all going to take a minute. So that'll drop at 3:00 tomorrow. Check that out. We, yeah, you can do it. Watch it whenever. You don't need to talk to people. That's you got here talk. And then it's like, this is where you come to chat. And that's where you just watch in a corner by yourself thinking, oh, I live a sad and pathetic life. Blah. That's what I think. Yeah. Let me know, Kat. Let me know. I'm definitely interested. The other thing is no show tomorrow night. Obviously, it's Saturday. Sunday, we will be back here. We will be back here live Sunday. We will live stream the meeting as long as they have a meeting to live stream. I will make one. I will do it. I got to go in there and work and stuff. I will make a Freedon or death hat. I will do just that. I will do just that for you. You need to get a Freedon or death coffee cup, Brandon. I'll get you some stuff. I will definitely make one. And I want that guy that we all thought was Josh. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you. Oh, let me see. Yeah, this guy right here. This guy, this is the guy I'm going to get to this is the guy I'm going to get to model. Since Josh is removed, this is who I'm going to get to model the Freedon hat for us.
Just got back from getting that Caesar cut, and it's looking good. Told my sister,
I thought
do it right here.
First, I was just absolutely convinced that was Josh. So yeah, it is. Yeah. Hey, as far as the tumblers, Alva, I got on there and I looked for them. They have kind of a crappy travel mug tumbler thing. I'm working on getting it. So I'm looking on that. Hopefully by Sunday, I'll have everything up and running, and we'll let you know. But if they don't have the ability to do it, I know somebody else that can. So we'll get you taken care of. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. Have a great weekend. Tune into the Bilbrey Clark Show tomorrow. Don't forget to come back here Sunday night. Get ready and prepped for the Monday meeting. It's going to be amazing. And then we're going to have a great day at the meeting on Monday. We'll have a show Monday night to break it all down. It'll be fantastic. Maybe we might even see if Audie can come back and do a little bit of a 10th councilman. I guess he'd be the 9th councilman that night. If Brandon's gone, it'd be really weird, but we'll figure it out with him. So you guys have a great evening. Take care, and we'll do it. All right. yeah, that's going to do it. All right. Oh, I will tell you real quick. I don't know who this is, but if you're out there watching, you won the, so I got a comment of the month comment today from Matthew Kyle Leithman. Matthew Kyle Leithman sent me "Politics Aren't Real, Retard," and normally don't drop the R word, but just reading it like he said it to me, he sent it to me there. "Politics aren't real, retard." I said best comment of the week. You win this week's best comment award. So I don't know who that is. If that's you, contact me and I'll get you a shirt. So. All right. Take care. I'm like, yeah, you're right, bro. You're not hurting my feelings. I agree. So, all right. Peace. Love you guys. God bless each and every one of you. We will see you Sunday. Bye.